Hello, my friends. I am here on beautiful Lake Washington in Seattle and wanted to talk about expecting magic and really how our points of view create our reality so much more dynamically than we realize. So, little story. I was coming to Seattle yesterday, and I was actually going to come to Seattle today. And I had this package coming to my house in Boulder that I needed to get before I left, but it wasn't supposed to be delivered until Monday. And I was going to leave on Sunday, which is today, and I asked the universe, I was like, okay, what would it take for this package to come before I leave? And I didn't realize it, but I didn't really think that it would. But I was like, well, let me just see if I can kind of like energetically pull it to change some molecules, to change some realities, to create some magic, and my life will be a lot easier if if I can take it with me to Seattle. And otherwise I might have to have it shipped and expedited and blah, blah, blah. So all kinds of things occurred. I had a class that I was going to be doing yesterday that got postponed to next weekend. Then I moved my flight to where I came here yesterday, and all this stuff, all these things rearranged. And even my flight, like it was like the way that I changed my flight was like, I was like on the phone with the airline. It was very complicated. And I was like, I'm not going to do complicated. I just ended up hanging up. And then later on changed my flight with so much ease to the exact flight that I wanted. I got upgraded. And then I had this hit when I left of like, I should check the mailbox before I go. I wasn't even thinking about the package. And then I kind of just ignored it and left. And because I just had assumed that the package was going to come on Monday like it said. Well, fast forward to today, I get an email, or I track the package, and lo and behold, it was delivered right before I left yesterday. And I looked at it and it was like everything changed, everything rearranged to make it work so that my flight left right after this package was going to get delivered. And it's kind of a trivial story, but I'm sharing this story just as an example of like, it was really a moment for me of like, wow. Just kind of being confronted with my own lack of belief in magic. And I didn't make myself wrong. I didn't go to like, being upset with myself or anything. It was more like I literally had the point of view that what I was asking for wasn't going to happen. I had the point of view that what I was asking for with the package coming when I needed it to come wasn't even possible, even though I asked for it. I was planning my life around having it shipped to me and expedited and blah, blah, blah. And meanwhile, in the background, the universe is rearranging all these things to make it so that the package came literally an hour before I left on my change flight. And everything that wasn't that was like not working, And it really stunned me. And I actually was like, okay. The cool thing about it is that it was such a gift where I just went, wow, I'm going to start really expecting magic. And the funny thing is, we talk a lot about how like, if you expect something, you're setting yourself up for, future disappointment or future rejection or future separation or judgments or whatever. But this is a different kind of expectations. This is like the expectation that the universe has your back. The universe is always working on our behalf. And it doesn't always look exactly like we desire it to, but there's so many moving parts that need to be rearranged in the name of magic. And that's, I think, a lot of what magic is the rearrangement of the elements of creation and the elements of reality to contribute things to us that we would otherwise think couldn't possibly happen. And I'm so grateful. I'm actually so grateful for this experience, because it was so clear to me, all these tiny little moving parts, which is why I went into some detail about the story. And there's more detail that I won't go into because it would be boring, but it was just like, wow. Like I could see how the universe was orchestrating in every change, every shift, every rearrangement of what it was that I was asking for, or in, you know, all these different elements of my life and my timing and my schedule and how everything was working. I was like, that was the universe, like rearranging so many things to make this one little request that I had made occur, that I didn't actually think, even though I had asked for it, I didn't actually think it could happen. And it's such a small example, but we do this all the time. We do this all day long. We're like, oh yeah. I mean, and you may or may not even be somebody who asks for magic, but we tend to, you know, ask for a lot of magic and then go about our lives pretending like we didn't just ask for magic and that the request for magic actually works. So what points of view do you have that you don't even know that you have, that are getting in the way of the very magic that you're asking for? And what if when you asked for magic, you really just like set out to receive it and got out of the way of it happening, but just really set yourself up to receive it, you know, and with the expectation, not around any particulars or any specifics or any details, but like, just like, yeah, this is in the works because I asked. This is how it works. Ask and receive. Magic works if you believe that it does. And I'm so grateful that the universe was basically like, even though you don't believe this is possible, I'm still going to create this on your behalf, you know? And that's when we know the universe really, really has our backs. So what magic can you ask for? What magic can you expect? And how can you get out of the way to receive it?